The NFL playoffs are here, and this matchup on Wild Card Weekend is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Seahawks and the Buccaneers, and it's coming up next.
Playoff football has come to the west coast of Florida, and we are at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Seattle Seahawks and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. The intensity level will be off the charts.
The mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. From the 6. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Seattle's first go on offense forthcoming, and under center, of course, Russell Wilson.
And he comes off of a really good regular season with over 4,000 yards passing, and now in the playoffs, people always ask the question, do you continue to play the way you played in the regular season? Do you turn it loose? Or do you tone it down a little bit? I think you've got to be smart, but make sure you show the defense something they haven't seen before.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up. I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Carson, and he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 41-yard line. He got 29 yards that time.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Michael O.J. Mudia. And now off to the races down the right side. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. And we'll see if that pick 6 looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome. But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And that makes the score 7-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 29.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Good running right there, and this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
This will be caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Seahawks. Freddie Swain, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Brady going to bring the Bucs up with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. First down and much more here for Jones. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, 75 yards. And the Bucs have taken the lead. There are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs. And that one certainly fell into the latter category, and that deserves a couple exclamation points.
I think defensively, when you look at a play like that, that's when everyone looks at their teammates and starts shaking their heads a little bit, because now you're wondering, what are we in for? Worked all week to try and limit the big play ability that he possesses, and he winds up taking one to the house in the very first quarter. That was a tremendous run.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. From the 6. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. They run the counter. Carson, and he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And this one is incomplete.
2 things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. With it is Brown. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Mike Evans, 41 yards. And the Bucs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Great corner out there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get him thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field, and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Extra point put through by Succop, and it's now 21-7. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. From the 6. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, Charles, you talk about this offense, and you think about the man in charge, their head coach, this marking his first ever playoff game as the head coach, and you wonder what's going through his mind right about now.
Brandon, I think we both agree that he's had a great season, and we wouldn't be surprised at all to see him get plenty of Coach of the Year votes.
I think pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
Vita Vea coming right up the gut, gets in there for a loss of 9. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
So after 3 drives and 3 touchdowns combined between these two clubs, finally we get a defensive stop.
Yes, and welcome to the party, defensive players. And glad to have you, because for a while there, it almost felt like it was 11 going downfield on air. Okay, so to be able to have someone come up, make a stop, now we got a football game going.
A great return there of 22 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Back now comes Tampa Bay.
And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Now, meanwhile, the throw by Brady knocked away, incomplete. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target. And it's 2nd down. The give is to Jones. They find some open field here. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter.
And the Bucs continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? He was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
From the 6. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Well, the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Wilson. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And he's got Dorsett complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Now it's Wilson. That one taken in by Dwayne Eskridge. 7 yards the pickup there. Working with a 2nd and 3. Play action. Now Wilson. Pressure comes and Wilson's going to go down. Jason Pierre-Paul able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Well, throw on first down with Wilson. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Jamel Dean right there on the coverage.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Dwayne Eskridge. 26 yards. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Running room at the 50. Look out. He's past the 30. He will score. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Taken at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
That pick six extending this lead even further. Boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But things don't improve fast then. I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
Extra point try now for Succop. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talked about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right?
Second and 10.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time.
Picked up by Michael Ojemudia. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. He hasn't had his best day. They have been good running the football, and they have the lead, though. So maybe he just personally wants to improve his play.
And that's without a doubt, because at the end of the game, he wants to feel like he had a really good hand in his team winning, if in fact they do go on and get that done. But the bottom line is finding a way to win the game. So if you're not playing that well, but somebody else is on the team, keep going to that hot hand.
Yeah, not over yet, but looking good here in the second quarter.
And here's Jones again on second down. First down and much more here for Jones.
And all the way down to the 25-yard line.
145 yards rushing for him in this first half, as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs.
Throwing on first down is Brady. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin.
7 yards to pick up there.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15...
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Leonard Fournette,
A 3-yard touchdown run.
and the Bucs are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Tampa Bay offense set to go again.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Carson. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. There's Wilson to throw. He's going to air it out for Dorsett.
And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
Now here's Michael Dixon, standing just outside his own goal line. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. 51 yards there on the return punt. And the Buccaneers have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Well, what a game for him. He hits for the return cycle, so to speak. He had the kick return. Now the harder part, just got the punt return for a touchdown.
And I would imagine that the special teams coach, as the ball left the punter's foot, he was thinking, should have kicked away from him.
Yeah.
Should have kicked away from him. He's in a groove, and sometimes you hit those grooves or those zones in a game, and he's in one now. He's in perfect sync with his teammates blocking, and he knows how to find the end zone.
So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. DK Metcalf for the Seattle offense about set to take over once again.
You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well. And they're really excited that he has no catches, but they're also worried. Because a lot of times, it's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far this game. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing is Wilson.
That's to the tight end, Colby Parkinson.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try to put some points on the board.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
He was trying to get that to Colby Parkinson.
That'll bring up 2nd down. Again, Wilson. Complete to Dorsett.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who
Aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. To throw is Wilson. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 28. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Shaquille Barrett leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Another try after the 1st down sack. Wilson. He'll spot Eskridge open left side. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 17-yard line. 2 minutes to play here in this 1st half of the NFL playoffs. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. And it's caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. And with I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play. So that challenge, a successful one. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Throwing again here, Wilson. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete. He was waving as hard as wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass and you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. Well, it's no secret. That's why they have him return punts. He has the capability to take them back, and he did so there. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Here's Brady to throw. This one swung out here to Jones. And he goes out right around the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone.
He's got a man complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Jones. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. To throw is Brady. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Open man is Miller. He's got it. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Scotty Miller from 19 yards away. And this Buccaneer offense, they're running away with this one.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Extra point up and good by Suckup, and the lead will swell by one more. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. DK Metcalf of the Seattle offense about set to take over once again. Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the second quarter. They're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on him. There's two sides to that coin.
I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of your top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. Change formations, change where he lines up, put him in motion, anything possible to shake him free.
Maybe that greater impact comes here on this drive. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Well, no doubt about that one, because even though he hasn't left the pocket, he's got a receiver in the area, so it's not grounding, even though there was no way that ball was going to be caught.
To throw again on 2nd down, Wilson. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Mike Edwards picks it off. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Jones. And some room to maneuver. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. This, the second of our triple header here on Wild Card Sunday. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment.
We now proceed to the start of the second half.
Plenty of adjustments likely being made by both teams in their respective locker rooms. To find out who advances to the divisional round, let's get you back out to Brandon Guy.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
For a quick second there, I thought we were about to have a repeat performance of a kickoff return for a touchdown. This guy's on fire today.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Brady now on first down. That's complete to his running back, Evans. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin there to make the grab. And the Bucs offense continuing to pour it on. Well, look, this is a team, Charles. They faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
Well, following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up! Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Jason Pierre-Paul in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. Brown with his stick skills. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. On first down, it's Jones. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now Brady. Touchdown! It's complete. The 4th touchdown pass of the game for Tom Brady. And this Buccaneer offense is running away with this one.
Well, after another passing touchdown, I don't think it'd be an understatement to say that he's in the zone, and I believe he likes it.
Extra point put through by Succop, and that will extend this big lead. 5 plays there on that drive, and it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now Wilson on first down. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Jason Pierre-Paul. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. They run it with Carson, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They run again with Carson. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Taking on the midfield logo. So a change of possession here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. And this offense trotting back onto the field. Let's turn our attention here to Ronald Jones. He's closing in on 200 yards on the ground with the 4th quarter still to come. We're in the 3rd. Good shot to get there.
And now he's got to make sure he convinces his coaching staff to leave him out there and keep touching the ball, because when you've had that kind of a day, there is a tendency to think about getting him out and saving some of it.
running backs never like to save yardage.
You know he's tapping his quarterback on the shoulder. I'll take the ball again, please, right?
Not turning down any carries.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 198 yards rushing for him now as he has been a central figure in trying to get his guys to the second round. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. Tackle coming from the safety, Trey Flowers.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Brady going to throw. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And they work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Brady finding Godwin there for a Buccaneer first. Brady gives this one off to Jones. And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
On 2nd and 7, Brady has got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard, down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. A give to Jones. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll go with a big bank Fournette. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. There wasn't even thought of a short field goal. There was no hesitation. They were going for it.
I think he was thinking ahead a couple plays ago. That if he got in this situation, they were definitely going for it. And you're right. It was a confident call and a decisive run to pick it up.
Fournette is into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Well, definitely a good day's work throwing the football. Very good day's work. A 4th touchdown pass as they're really pouring it on.
Yeah, and so much for going into clock mode after getting that touchdown, right? Because you would think with the lead, 4th quarter, they might actually do that. No chance. They've kept attacking and got another touchdown pass as a result.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. From the 6. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And we will get another look at Seattle's offense. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far. And they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. That one to Swain, complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for Buccaneer TD. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
From the 6. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Back to the air, Wilson after the pick six. He's going to wind up and air it out. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. Here's Brady. This will be caught by Brown. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there at 22.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
They'll run on first down. Jones. Room here to run. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And this Buccaneer offense, they're running away with this one. Well, it has been the passing game that's really been responsible for much of the scoring so far. But let's not forget about this running attack. They're pretty good, too, as evidence right there.
And I think, Brandon, the fact that they've thrown the ball so well contributed to that touchdown because that was a defense that was really keyed up to cover those receivers. All they wanted to do was blanket them. They didn't have enough men in the box to stop the run, and you saw the end result.
Extra point up and good by Succop. And the lead will swell by one more. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's Ronald Jones that polishes it off with a touchdown run. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. From the 6. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Tampa Bay defense coming back out now. And the interception the last time they were out there ended up leading to a touchdown.
So the only thing they didn't get really was the pick six. Because that's what everyone wants. Take it immediately to the end zone. But their offense capitalized on the takeaway and turned it into the 6 points they were looking for.
Set them up pretty. Got the touchdown. Now they're back out there defensively. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. Now Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Jason Pierre-Paul. My goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson This one into the hands of Metcalf. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And you'd have to say they have done what they set out to do in this wild card round. It won't get easier from here, of course, but they'll certainly have some momentum built up for when they hit the road in the divisional round next weekend. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the 1st down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Fournette on the counter. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And he'll be down at the 6-yard line. When you're on your own 1-yard line like they were, oftentimes you're thinking just run on any down, get some space there. They elect to throw it. It cost them.
You get the sense that they were banking on the element of surprise, right? Everyone expects you to run it there. Let's take a shot. Let's throw it. Try and create some space, some room. And it went awry, didn't it?
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And that rushing touchdown is Ford puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Extra point put through by Succop, and that will extend this big lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And at this point, maybe you say, it was a good effort really just to make the playoffs. They couldn't win their division but did earn a wild card berth. It does appear, however, that their season is just a few minutes away from ending in one-and-done fashion. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Now it's Wilson. Dumps this one off to Chris Carson. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Here's Wilson. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
This is taken at the 15. So a 56-yard punt. They'll net 41 after the 15-yard return. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now defensively they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. But he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll go again to Jones. 1st down and much more here for Jones. There he goes, right side. Try. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And how about the situation that we're in right now? Because this is the 4th quarter. So you know there's some tired legs out there on defense and probably some tired minds as well trying to chase guys around for 4 quarters. But this is where conditioning, athleticism, that separates the good backs from the great backs, and that was an A-plus effort right there.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Takes it at the 7. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
The Buccaneers are moving on in these playoffs as we say thanks for watching and so long.
Jones Shorty.